it's Marla, Twinstrology. Welcome back. I just want to talk to you guys today about the energies of September. You can see I have my Grow a Pair shirt on once again, and that's because the energies of September are really pushing us to raise our vibration, level up. The energy is taking us into 10-10 and 11-11, and so we are needing to go to the next level in our ascension. That means that September is going to be full of some clearing energies, and that's what I want to talk to you about today. By the way, I know a lot of you have asked me about my Grow a Pair shirt. If you are interested in one, you can go to joypsa.com. My friend Dana over there makes them, and you can send her an email. And I'll try to remember to put the link in the comments as well. So getting back to the energies. Okay, so since Lionsgate, the energy of union has been so strong. I mean, like, there's almost no separation between the divine feminine and the divine masculine at the minute. And that energy of the Lion's Gate is going and pushing us right into the fall equinox, which is on September 23rd. Now, the equinox is always a date that correlates with union and balance, because the equinox dates are representing equal night and day, or equal sun and moon, which represents divine feminine and divine masculine. So yeah, there's been a lot of love, a lot of connection between the energies of the divine feminine and divine masculine on the planet. So I'm sure a lot of you are then asking, if union energies are so strong, why am I feeling so crappy? Or why am I feeling separation? Or why am I struggling with my twin? And that's what I want to talk to you about today. So if we step back a minute and we go all the way back to last year, last Lionsgate and last fall, and this is when the energies of union began to ramp up on the planet. And if you remember last year, I did some channelings from Lilith. Lilith came through to me and said that she was ready to forgive and she wanted to end separation on the planet. At the same time, or shortly around there, we also had a Isis and Osiris conjunction that was also deepening these union energies for us. So we have been working this whole year on those energies. So like with Lilith, the divine feminine especially, but both divine feminine and masculine have been working on healing separation and clearing away the past karma. Remember, we've had Saturn on the South Node almost this whole year. Well, it has been this whole year. You guys are probably like, how can I forget? Because we've been focused so much on clearing away the past so that we can shift timelines. And so now we come up to this year, and with the equinox approaching, what they really want us to clear is the abandonment, the distrust, the rejection, the unrequited love. And I've been talking about that energy between the summer solstice and the fall equinox, and how we were being pressured to release this. This goes along with that Lilith energy, because Lilith can represent that pain of separation and all those feelings that come up when we feel rejected, because Lilith felt rejected by Adam. She felt abandoned. So when we talk about union, how can we have union if we're feeling those things? Those issues that I just mentioned basically put a wall up. They put blocks up around our heart and makes it very difficult to let go, to be vulnerable, to really open up the heart. With the Saturn South Node and how we've been working to shift these timelines all year, it's really meant we've had to focus on forgiveness. That is the way through this energy. Going back to Isis for a minute, a message that's been coming through a lot recently is the reminder that Isis healed Osiris with unconditional love. If you remember in the myth, Osiris is killed and his body is cut into pieces and strewn about the Nile. And Isis goes through, collects those pieces, and with her love and her magic, she heals Osiris. And the asteroid Isis, is going to be playing into the energy that's coming in, and I'll talk about that in a minute. But that's the energy that we're needing to channel, especially as divine feminine right now. Okay, we're all both, as we always say, but usually one is more anchoring the divine feminine, one is more anchoring the divine masculine. Well, it's the divine feminine that is associated with the unconditional love. And then through Isis healing Osiris, raising him from the dead, making him from a fragmented energy to a whole energy, then Horus is birthed. Isis and Osiris representing spirit and matter. And Horus then represents your manifestation that you're trying to create. I hope that is clear, because I got a couple different things going on talking, but sorry, I'm a little bit scattered myself today because of the energies, the Neptune energies coming in all week, the upgrades going on. Have been tough for me. I've been having headaches. I'm really tired, so I'm doing the best I can because I want to get this video out, because I know people are kind of struggling at times with this energy. So yeah, forgiveness is key, because it's through forgiveness you're going to get to unconditional love. And then that unconditional love space heals the past and makes way for the new, which is union. And when I talked about that push and the ascension energies wanting to raise our frequency, that's because energetically they want us to move away from separation consciousness and into unity consciousness as we head into the next shift. So how this is playing in with the energy of the astrology is, as I just said, first of all, we had 4 planets, Mercury, Venus, the Sun, Mars, all opposing Neptune. And that's been really tough. We had the upgrades going on at the same time. The Pisces energy, the Neptune, can make us tired, fuzzy head, not being able to concentrate, not being able to meditate. At the same time, that Neptune energy can really open us up to unconditional love as well, raise our frequency, and can help us shift more into that unity consciousness. It's one of the things that Neptune represents. But that is kind of preparing us for this next phase. So on September 14th, we're having a Pisces full moon. And if you're on the East Coast, that full moon will take place on the 13th. It's going to be at 21 degrees Pisces. And asteroid union is going to be conjunct the sun. And asteroid union is going to be traveling with the sun this whole month. So that's another indication of these union energies coming in. Of course, full moons are releasing energies. And the energy of Neptune and Pisces that's being activated right now really wants us to surrender. That's a lot of the Pisces energy. Where Virgo in its lower aspect is more about control. It's more mental energy. So surrender is what you want to focus on at the full moon. Now, in addition, we have Venus and Mercury still traveling together. They're actually going to be at the exact same degree at the full moon, 29 degrees Virgo. And they're beginning to come into an opposition with Chiron. So on the 15th, 16th, 17th, and 18th especially, you might want to mark those dates down as kind of hot dates or important dates. Venus and Mercury are going to be in that opposition to Chiron and making in conjunction to Uranus and Taurus. And then to top it off, we have the moon involved with that energy. Because starting on the 15th, the moon is going to conjunct Chiron. Then the moon will conjunct Uranus. And then by the end of the week, the moon is going to be conjunct the North Node. At the same time, asteroid Sun in union during that whole shift is going to be opposing asteroid Karma. So let's break that down a little bit, okay? First of all, we have the energy of Libra beginning to be activated. And we know that Libra has to do with partnerships. Partnerships of all kinds. But in its more negative aspect, Libra can have to do with codependency. And so we can bet that while that energy is activated, we're going to be working on codependency. There's still areas, a lot of areas, where twin flames are needing to break through that. Both the energy of Chiron here has to do with past life trauma, where you felt wounded, and Uranus and Taurus can also represent past life trauma. So where you've been hurt. Now, Sun union opposite Chiron very obviously is letting you know that what is there karmically that's blocking you from union is going to be felt, because we're talking about an opposition. It's showing you that somewhere that energy can't balance. But then with the moon aspecting those planets as well, the trauma, it can bring up like the emotional connection, the emotional piece that's still attached to those karmic stories and the emotional patterns that resulted from those stories. So as I mentioned before, like whenever, especially we have Venus and Chiron in a hard aspect, and it was, I think, June or July, where Venus was square Chiron, and I know that many people felt that one as well. It's about opening up your heart. Where is your wounding from the past preventing you from loving in this moment? So the energy can be tough, but it's there to help you open yourself in some way, getting through all that distrust and issues that both the divine masculine and feminine are feeling and mirroring and projecting onto each other. I want to just mention here too, because we're talking about Venus and Libra, that for a while now, the divine feminine energy within all of us has been dealing with old wounds around physical beauty as well. So if, let's say, in the past 3 to 6 months, you've been experiencing triggers around your appearance, feeling attractive, maybe issues around your weight, all of those things that come up that is basically programming for the feminine energy about having to look a certain way. A lot of that has been being broken down as well. And I'm going to kind of put that under that umbrella of kind of distrust or painful wounds that we're still trying to heal in relation to union with the divine masculine. So that might be another thing, though, that comes up, especially with the Libra energy. So then on the 23rd, we have the equinox. The sun is moving into Libra. That's what the equinox is. Again, union is there traveling with the sun. But now the sun is coming into that opposition with Chiron and in conjunction with Uranus. So again, the same kind of feelings can come up. And maybe with the sun, we might be looking at issues of where we have not been validated, where we have not been seen. Again, abandonment can be triggered through that. Where we felt we've had to hide ourselves in some way. But with the Uranus in there as well, I talked about Uranus can represent trauma, but Uranus is also helping us change that pattern. Now, interestingly, at the equinox, Uranus is at 5 degrees and 55 minutes of Taurus. So that's another clear indication about the change that's happening. And Uranus is on the Sabian symbol, a bridge being built over a high and narrow gorge. So a clear indication of overcoming separation, overcoming obstacles, removing barriers, and also being able to conquer time and space, which Chiron also helps us with. Chiron at the equinox is going to be on the Sabian symbol. 2 lovers are strolling through a secluded walk. So we have another great indication that union is happening. The energy of union is all being indicated very strongly here. And so don't get discouraged, because it is showing like it's easier than ever to tap into union, but you have to be able to let go, as I've been saying here, of the things that are making you still believe in separation. And just to go along with that, what I got the other day was when we can do that, we're in a state of unconditional love. And the other key piece there is trust. Then that is going to activate the divine masculine more. So we're talking a lot here about the divine feminine. When the divine feminine can get into that space, the twin carrying the divine feminine codes, you get to that place, then you're going to trigger an activation in your masculine to begin to come more fully into his awakening and his energy of union. So then also at the equinox, Venus and Mercury squaring the nodes, squaring the nodal axis, squaring Saturn, squaring the moon. That's what makes this month a little bit different is first, all the planets that are transiting through Libra have to hit Chiron and Uranus. Then they've got to hit the nodes and Saturn, and then they've got to hit Pluto. So lots and lots of releasing with all of those planets. So if you can surrender, let go, if you can work towards shifting, then you're going to find that you're really bringing yourself into alignment. Again, when we're talking about a square to the nodes, we're talking about something that's interfering with your path. So, something from your karmic past interfering with where you're going. So, for example, in the case of Venus, it's like, what is it about love and relationships that you're still carrying from the past or south node that needs to be released so you can move to the next phase of your future, which is the north node. Then at the end of the month, on September 28th, we have the Libra new moon. And all during this time, we're going to have upgrades going on, DNA activations. Some of those upgrades are helping us in our telepathic connections, not just to our twin, but our telepathic connections with everyone. I'm sure you're feeling it where you think about someone and suddenly they contact you. That's going to get stronger. And we're also going to be clearing some ancestral karma from our DNA as well. So, yeah, lots of clearing, guys. But, don't get discouraged because it's going to pay off when we are in this energy of moving towards the winter solstice. So the new moon in Libra is at 5 degrees of Libra, opposite Chiron, in conjunct Uranus. We also have asteroid union still there, and then we also have asteroid Isis making an exact conjunction with this new moon. And Isis is there helping us get into that space of unconditional love. Remember, it's a new moon in Libra. We can create some new energies in how we partner with people as we go through this process, if we can release enough and we get to this new moon, because as I said, change is coming, and I'm basically getting that when we make these shifts, we're going to see our timelines change in ways that are completely unexpected. Unexpected in a good way, I feel. But we have to be willing to let go of the old. Now at the new moon, Venus and Mercury are going to be in their square Pluto phase, which means let go. Lilith is also going to be conjunct Neptune. And, for the divine feminine especially, Lilith coming into the conjunction with Neptune represents the divine feminine surrendering any of those angry, hurtful, distrustful feelings of the past and just going into a place of forgiveness. They're actually, Neptune and Lilith are on the Sabian symbol and Easter promenade, which represents rebirth, renewal, and transformation of those energies. The North Node is also going to be on Sirius. Well, I mean, it's been there for a while because it's been in close enough proximity. But the North Node is coming into 13 degrees of Cancer. That's where the fixed star Sirius is. And I think that's another indication of the high vibrational light and frequencies that are going to be coming in to help us shift. So the Sabian symbol for this new moon in Libra is a man watches his ideals taking a concrete form before his inner vision. And I feel like, you know, a great indication of manifestation, exactly what I'm talking about. They're saying like timelines are going to shift. Expect the unexpected with that. It feels like we've been struggling a lot with the timelines, but things are happening. We have to get through that energy that's going on right now that makes us feel like we're stuck. We have to keep the faith through that and know that things are shifting. So I'm just going to show you guys these cards. I just pulled a few cards before I started, and I asked, like, Spirit, what points do you want to make sure I touch on during this video? The first card was Isis, and Isis is representing balance of the divine masculine and feminine. White Tara, purification, right? The clearing that's taking place. And then Epona crystals, which is talking about us raising our vibration and the upgrades that are coming in. I pulled a few Romance Angels card too. Worth waiting for was one that they said. So like having faith and remembering that things are shifting and you will see some sort of manifestation coming in the divine timing. Love yourself first. You know, it always comes back to that focusing on self-love. And I think for the divine feminine, that's a big part of it, especially when we mention about the programming around feminine beauty, as well as letting go, healing codependency. All of that means loving ourselves first, loving in a balanced way. And I think that, you know, for some people, that's a struggle. I mean, it's natural, especially for the divine feminine, to feel so much love for the other person that the self is neglected. But if you can't find that place of balance, then your union won't be balanced. Like, you have to be strong enough to hold the energy against the polarity of your twin. If you're both not strong enough to hold that energy, your union is not going to be stable. So I know we hear that love yourself first all the time and we kind of blow it off, but it's important. And then this could be the one. So, you know, all I can say is you know who your twin is, and you have to trust that. And that's another important piece of this energy. is removing the doubts, especially if your divine feminine. As I said, what I felt the other day was when there is no doubt and when there's unconditional love and there's a surrender, because when you bring those three pieces together, then you are so strong in your conviction about your union, that your union is going to happen. There's absolutely no doubt about it. And you also feel that union energy inside, knowing energetically there is no separation. Then that is what is going to result in an activation on some level of your divine masculine. So thank you so much, guys. Yeah, I'll just leave it at that. But we would love to see you at the Twin Flame Workshop. It's coming up soon. It's the end of the month. The new moon in Libra is going to be on Saturday during the workshop, and we plan on honoring that new moon. But the reason why I chose that date at the end of September was because I knew that September was going to be a challenging month for a lot of people, and a time of needing to shift our energies to meet the next ascension wave that's coming. So if you need help, if you feel like, you could use some connection with other people, use a little bit of guidance. And, a lot of times people come as well just because they want to hang out with other twins, or they want to meet other high vibrational beings and just hang out and do some fun things for the weekend. Whichever way, we would love to have you. The link will be below this video, or you can go to my website, Twinstrology. Also doing readings. I've talked a lot recently about my QHHT readings. I am still doing twin flame astrology readings. I do intuitive readings, the quantum healing. I also do beyond quantum healing. Reiki coaching sessions. So if I could help you in any way, just let me know. Send me an email. You can contact me through Twinstrology. Sending you guys a lot of love, and I'll speak to you soon.